My look at the Indiana Jones series continues my look at the final installment of the original trilogy, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. This is probably my favorite entry in the original trilogy, maybe from the whole series, so let's get started. We open in the year 1912 in Utah, where a young Indiana Jones, played by River Phoenix, is in the Boy Scouts, stumbles upon a group of bandits trying to steal across Coronado. The experience not only inspired Jones to become an archaeologist, but were an homage to his real-life experience as a Boy Scout. They were also back to part of the Indiana Jones TV show. I particularly like the bits where it led to indicating his fear of snakes, and how these whip led to him getting the scar on his chin that matches Harrison's real scar. Apparently, he used to be a carpenter before he became an actor. When an argument with his father, Professor Henry Jones, leads to bandits reclaiming the cross, the leader gives Indiana's iconic fedora, which even credits fedora. Imagine that. 26 years pass, and we join Harrison Ford in 1938 as he once again reclaims the cross from a demon escape from an exploding barge. The film is definitely darker, definitely lighter and sad in tone than the last movie. It's easy to see why this first installment series would be PG-13. Jones then meets with Marcus Brody, played by Denholm Elliott, and later Walter Donovan, played by Julian Glover, one of our villains. He's also the same actor who played General Rios in Star Wars series, so he's not the only villainous role that he's had a story where Lucas had a hand in. Donovan presents Jones with a tablet that has clues to Holy Grail, which is something his father had been trying to find their whole lives. He also had notes of the rarest location in his journal, and while Jones hunts ransacked, he gets his father's journal before it can fall into the hands of their enemies. Indy then travels to Venice, Italy, where he meets with Dr. Elsa Schneider, played by Alison Doody. They find the first Margaret leading to the Grail under the floor of the library, is also a massive cathedral. It was like the scene all library and thinking the sounds of Eddie digging coming from his stamp, just a hoot. While Indy and Elsa are able to find a clue to the next marker, they have not only to elude thousands of rats, but also spies are after the Grail. Due to a fantastic boat chase in the waters, events still threaten me after 30 years. One of the spies, whose name is Kazim by the way, tells Indy his father is being held in the castle Boomwald on the border between Austria and Germany. After meeting with Brody again, Jones and Elsa decide to infiltrate the castle so they can find his father. I also find the Mickey Mouse joke where Indy is posing an art curator much more amused now that Disney owns the series plans to make more movies. Indy meets with his father Henry, played by Sean Connery. This leads to some of the best interaction in the movie, not just for the fact that James Bond is basically Jones' dad. Just love this scene of Indy getting down Amy Stewart telling his father, "Don't call me Junior." Indy and Henry then are held hostage by Colonel Vogel, played by Michael Byrne, but also discovers that the map is missing from the journal. Indy also manages to bluff on Brody's behalf, who thinks he reunites a solid plague and John Rhys Davies. Back in Austria, Indy and Henry are able to escape the castle by unwillingly setting the room where they're being held on fire. So it's officially raced around the world to find the Holy Grail. More on James Bond compares. Apparently, Spirit wanted to read James Bond from which they cast Conner as a character that bore some similarity to James Bond. The next step is to retrieve the journal, which is deep in the heart of enemy territory in Berlin. It's arguably the most intense scene in the movie, and Jones has livid that Elsa was a spy and has missed. Ceremony is also one of the definitely more memorable female leads in the series. Has no chroma key effects similar in sequence subsequent dogfights. They have aged around its stands, but they were pretty good from 1989. The rest of the film's effects look good even today. They really got most for their $48 million budget. Chase continues as Indy steals a car, causing Henry to say one of my favorite lines of the film: "This is intolerable." Also, another variation on the joke with a gun. Since Indy are out of bullets, Henry uses an umbrella to distract a bunch of seagulls, causing a plane to crash that was chasing them. But he has also been taken hostage by Donovan, leading to another great action scene, the tank chase. Long before there was nuking the fridge, there was Indy nearly falling off a cliff with a tank. With Vogel gone and Indy escaping another brush with death, everyone is also upon the location of the Holy Grail. Just then, Donovan finds him out and shoots Henry to make Indy find the Grail. It's official, Walter. You've gone off the deep end. Here's the information in his father's journal. Indy, Elsa, and Donovan find the Temple Holy Grail, guarded here by a lone knight from the Holy Crusades, played by Robert Addison. The conclusion night is one of my favorite elements of the film. It's a great way to integrate medieval fantasy elements in the movie. Donovan tries to choose the Grail that might have the blood of Christ, but as it disintegrates into dust after drinking from it, the knight remarks that he chose poorly. I must say, I love how well the CGI morphin effect is held up since the film was first released. So after Walter's demise, Indian looks for the most plain type he can, and the knight remarks that he has chosen wisely. He is unable to save his father and heal his wounds, but also pursue the great sends her to her doom and the way back to the temple whence it came. It also turns out Indy's real name is Henry Jones Jr., and the name Indiana was, much like in real life, named for a dog. So we close on the ideal ending of this film in the original trilogy with Jones Junior, Senior, Sala, and Brody waiting off in the sunset as Rage Mode strums the background. This is people's favorite entry in the series. I'm glad to say it's mine too. As a final installment originally in the Indiana Jones trilogy, this film has delighted me the most when I first saw it, and it still does every time I put it on. It was also among the most successful films in 1989, making $197 million in the US and $474 million worldwide on its $48 million budget. It also has some innovative special effects for the time, some of the best action to come out of the series. It's delightful from this perfect trilogy to go out on. One of my favorite second sequels ever. My final rating is 4 out of 4. It'll be 18 years before another film will be made, so check back with me next time when Marathon concludes Indiana Jones Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.